guys, welcome back. The Shan's House Empress Tarot. So getting here, gang, getting here, and let's see. Today we're going to do a reading that's been surfacing a lot lately, but ours will be a little different here because I'm not going to pull on Nazaya's energy. I want to pull on the energy surrounding her. As everybody knows, I'm not the type, or I don't really like to try to connect with the unalive. That is my best friend expertise. I can definitely give her a call and she will get to that. But that's, see, that's why I don't mess with it. Ooh, see, that's not my expertise. But I will pull on energies around her. Now, guys, I have prayed here and meditated before I started this reading. If y'all also hear the buzzing, that's my little heater because it is cold. When I say cold, it is like 9 degrees or some shit outside. So, yeah, you need all the heat on in your house at this time. I feel sorry for those who's outside or don't have heat. Let's pray for them, definitely. Pray everybody has somewhere warm to be at tonight. But anyway. So as I prayed on this energy, or whatever the case may be, I also meditated. So I turned on my gospel music, did my little meditation. Y'all know how I do. And I would do it with y'all, but YouTube be weird with music and stuff. So I just do it by myself. So anyway, as I asked for the energies surrounding her, I seen a fight. It was a fight, like a bad fight. But I will say, I believe Nazaya did stand up for herself. But that was a good thing, but also a part of her demise at the same time, I believe. So, I believe, or this is what Spirit has told me. And remember, guys, everything here is alleged. So please take the energy as it resonates, put it where you see fit. If you don't think it fit, where it fit, you put it where you see. But anyway, so I believe is it Shannon? Is that the aunt, I think? Yeah, Shannon. So I believe that they're telling the truth about Nazaya not coming home from school when she was supposed to. I think that definitely did raise a red flag in a situation or whatever. Because I think she was supposed to return home with the other children. When the other children returned home, she didn't. So, when that was a thing, when she didn't come home, so when, what's her name? Shannon's daughter came home and Nazaya wasn't there too, and that's when the questions start getting asked. Well, where is she? Who she with? I think that's when she got it out of the little girl, her daughter. I think her daughter told the truth to her, told her where Nazaya was. So when they keep saying, oh, we was looking for her everywhere all that time, I don't think that's true. I think once the daughter said that, I think Shannon started going off. But like a woman go off, she started researching, trying to figure out, like, pass me that, pass me your phone, let me see. Because I think Nazaya more so would communicate with him off of the children's phone, because that's a less obvious than off of her phone. Too many messages from her, even if it's deleted, But if she's communicating with him from one of the kids' phone, if any of his girls see that or anything like that, that'll never be really questionable. Nobody's going to really go through the messages to your kids. So, she would more so communicate with him off of the other phone. So them gaps in communication, that's not how a little girl has a boyfriend. They talk every single day, believe that. But how they were talking was the difference. Because she would use the cousin's phone to communicate with him. And it wouldn't look as suspect. And it would be like, oh, that's my daughter text me, or, you know, somebody else text me. So when she got with that Neziah was with her baby daddy, she lost her fucking mind. She was really upset. So she started snooping. She started doing her little research, and she got some proof. She got proof out of her kid's phone, and she went into Neziah's information and got proof out of Neziah's tablet as well, and got the messages out of there. I think she might have even screenshotted them, like, because she wanted to have all the proof in the world. So she called her baby daddy. Now, I don't know if she called from her phone or one of the kids' phone, but this is what I see. I see her calling her baby daddy. When she calls him, of course, he denies everything. I don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, Neziah's in the call. She's hearing it. Now, when that friend say it was quiet that whole ride, I don't believe that. When he said it was noise, it was noise. But when he tried to say the noise was music, I don't believe that. I think the noise was an argument. I think she was arguing with him while he was, you know, commuting. I think, of course, he telling her no, 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 and saying that the little girl was not with him. So, because mind you, I don't think this was right away that they started looking for Neziah. You know? Like, I think once it got a little later, like she said, around 6, when the other kids usually would be home, that's when it got a little questionable, because now all the kids is here and she's not. So where is she? At that time, she still was alive. She still was healthy. She still was well. She was still living life. The thing is, when she called her baby daddy, after knowing this information, he denied her being there. He denied Neziah being with him. Where she feels as though she had already knew. I also feel like she smacked her daughter. Like, the one that told her the truth. Because I feel like she kind of forced it out of her in a way. Because it was like, you know where the fuck she at. Where she's at. You know, type of thing. And when her daughter finally broke and kind of let it out, I think, you know, she smacked the shit out of her daughter. I think somebody got smacked. Some DNA here. Somebody contaminated. Yeah, it's something here. Somebody got the shit smacked out of her. At this point, I think she also calls her mom. She's frantic. You know, she's pissed off. So I'm ever thinking, you know, that's your baby daddy. You know, yeah, you know how she is. She just like her mother. This is what I'm hearing, guys. I hear all this. I see it even more. She's just like her mother. This, that, and the third. So, mind you, Jarvis isn't at the shop. They are at the people's house fixing the car. I mean, you know. But when he get this phone call, I think this is when they're driving back. I think they're driving back at this point. Now, he's denying anything she's saying. He's denying being with Neziah, I'm sorry. He's denying this. So, what she did? She hangs up. She stopped contacting him. Or whatever. And mind you, I think when she first called, she doesn't even try to start an argument, really. Like, she's kind of just, like, fishing. Asking, like, little questions. A conversation happened, you know, asking like little questions. Him saying, no, none of that. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. None of that. So I think she like, alright. So she hang up and say, I'm gonna catch this bitch. This bitch think he's slick. Still saying that Naziah hasn't gotten there yet. So what she do? She go to the shop and she wait. She go wait at that motherfucking shop for him to get there. I think they may have even spotted her a little beforehand and roll around. Like, it was kind of like him and the homeboy kind of panicked. Like, oh shit. But the homeboy was a little confused, I feel. Because he like, I think he was thinking like, well, is she here to pick up her niece? Like, well, you know. And he like, keep, you know, I think he like keep going. And I think the homeboy like, ooh. The homeboy like, what? Like, you know, kind of confused on why they keep going and shit. And I think at that point, he look at Naziah. He looked back at Naziah, and Naziah look up, and then Naziah like, oh shit. Like, I hear like a child saying like, oh shit. Like that. And so then, that's when the homeboy started looking weird. Like, and I hear her saying, age ain't nothing but a number. I'm a grown-ass woman. Like something like saying something like, and he looked back at it like thinking, you know, like, oh, you know, whoa. So, I think once that transpired, they pull up at the shop. Shannon is right there. Who has to get out the car? So, I think Naziah stayed in the car at first. Like, she stayed inside the car. I don't know if it was temps on it, but you could still see a shadow or something. Or she could still see a shadow, because I think they tried to make it seem like nobody else was in the car when them two got out. But I think she still could see like a shadow, like see something. Like I said, I don't know if the windows was tinted or not. But she started like going off on him. Like, you know, you know, I seen the fucking messages. I know you messing with my niece. I think he's still denying it. You know, saying, no, I'm not. I think at this point, Naziah started getting in her feelings. Because she'd have put in her mind that that's her man. Guys. And being as though that's her man, you ain't just about to come at her man like that. No, you're not. And right now, she feeling herself more because she's pregnant. And she's contemplating on dropping out of school at this point. She has a lot of plans in her head. And she's having this fairy tale mindset that they're going to go off together. And, you know, it's going to be better for her than it was for her aunt. This is her mindset. He's in a better place now. He owns his own shop, and he makes money, and, you know, she was going to have, you know, a life with him. That's, you know, so I think when she gets out that car. I believe, I just see Shannon face drop. Like, so much nervousness, anger, confusion, and everything. And I see him look kind of at Naziah in disgust, because it's like, why the fuck would you get out that car? You know? But she got out because mind you, she's out here going off, spurring all this stuff, instant stuff about Naziah. And it's Naziah getting in her feelings, you know, about it. So she gets out the car and wants to say something. She got something to say. Now, she, I believe, thought it would be a good idea to tell her aunt how what she had between her legs was done. It wasn't what she thought it was, and she was, like, letting her know, like, you're not it. In other words, oh my goodness, why did she say that? I think at this time they may have moved. Eventually, something moved into the shop, I believe. Like, I don't know if the argument moved because it was like, I think Jarvis didn't want, too much attention and through being on the shop. So it's like, get them in there. Like, take them in there. I think the friend was still prevalent to this. He was confused and felt like, whoa, I believe. He was kind of like, whoa, and then he might have even left. I'm not sure, but he was kind of like, damn. Now, mind you, first, he was real confused, but then when he started hearing Naziah speak, he looked at it like, damn, she need her ass whooped. Like, that was his mindset. Because now it's like, these is adults, and they are looking at this child, and even though it's like, what Jarvis is doing is wrong, right? Naziah is not looking at it as wrong. And she is coming at her aunt, like, saying some spurry stuff out her mouth. Because now it's like, I'm just as grown as you. I'm carrying his baby too. Yeah. With you, yeah. And mind you, they live in the same household, so they have the same attitudes. Ratchet. A little ratchet with it. And so do Jarvis, because they're used to the rah-rah niggas, the girl fights and all that. So this is nothing new to them. This is just, now this cat is out the bag. Of course, still, me feeling like he doesn't feel afraid about the pregnancy getting out. Like, that's still not something, because this is something he's done before, and he knows this family. So, he know with her that he can manipulate her to keep it secret. He can manipulate her to lie. He can manipulate her to make it not his. And they're not going to put on a whole lot to find out the truth. So that he had figured out a way to get away with it, I feel, if he could not unpregnate. I mean, if she wouldn't abort. I think he had figured that out. I think he really just wanted some loving at that time, which was nasty, fucking disgusting. But I think that's where his mind was at. I'm trying to get, so. It didn't go his way due to the fact Shannon found out what he was up to. And that's why she went there, and I think when they got in that shop, it got physical. And I feel like she picked up something. I think, spilled out she was pregnant. Like, I think she yelled it out. Like, but in being smart. Like, well, I'm pregnant, and I'm, and I'm having this baby too. Like, it was like two women going at each other over a man. Now, mind you, Jarvis still denying this. Like, no, the fuck you not. You ain't pregnant with my baby, and this. Like, mind you, because he's still he just wants Shannon to calm down and go home. Like, this is his biggest thing. And he want Naziah to shut up and stop spilling stuff out, but it's too late. The messages is out. She's seen all this stuff, but he's still in his denying bag. He's still denying it. So, with all of that, of course, eventually she ends up attacking that child, I believe. I think she hit her with something. A hammer, a crowbar, something that you fix the car with, or you would need around the shop. I feel like she hit her with it. And when she hit, because I think at first it was a fight, like an actual fight. I think Nazaria was kind of like hitting back a little bit, but I don't think she was really winning. But it was like, it's about to be a what? Girl fight, type of vibe. And I think she may have threw something at her, like picked up something. I think Nazaria picked up something, because come on now, her aunt's big and she is little, so I think she picked up something. And I think when she picked up something, of course, her aunt being childish, like come on, you can't get it from her. She still put in her mind, oh, you trying to da-da-da-da. And I think she picked up something. And I think when they swung, I think she swung and knocked that girl head. Like, knocked her something bad. And I think the blood and stuff started spurting out. She was still angry and raged, so it wasn't like she gave a fuck right then and there. I think Jarvis and the friend, if the friend was still there, like I say, I don't know if he was still there, I think he may have started like everybody was panicking. I feel everybody. I just see a bunch of panic here, a bunch of it. Now, like I said, the mother already knew what I believe Shannon was going to do. Not that she was going to harm her, but she was supposed to beat her ass. And that was supposed to be a given. Like, that was supposed to be on site, because she had the messages, she had the proof, and her mother had knew. So that's why the death was not supposed to happen. That got out of hand because she hit the child too hard with something, and the child did not get back up the response. You can't call an ambulance. You can't take it. Then what? You got to say you did this, and now Shannon's in trouble, and so is he, because she's pregnant and he was sleeping with a minor. And the mother panicked, because if that's what's going on, every child in this house will be removed, and she also may go to jail for child neglect, because the child was under her supervision and her daughter, the aunt, did that to her. So it's just a lot of things there that they're scared about. And so they're in their panic tell Jarvis that it's all his fault. It's all your fault that all of this happened. And you will have to get rid of that body. I think the boy panicked. I think the friend may have even helped him just take it as a resonates, but he may have. Dispose of the child body. I think they put the child body in the water somewhere. Of course, it then decomposed, it then floated past yonders by the time the investigators got into that water to try to look for that child. So it would be no way that you would find that body now. God knows where that body would be. That body is probably in Africa at this time, like floating through, like, because that's how far it took a whole month. You know, the tides, it's wintertime, the freezing, the tides, the weather, that water swallow you. And she's so little, ain't no. And that's why I feel like they haven't found our body, because I think it's in the water, and I think it's nowhere in Detroit anymore, because I think it then floated far away. Because by the time they went to search, it had already been past 30 days. It had already been past 30 days. And that's why I believe the grandmother and them didn't say anything until the next day at school, because that night of, they had to do a lot of planning. It was a lot of trying to cover up things, trying to make sure things stayed looking the way they were supposed to look, and coming up with a plan. And that's why they didn't call none of the family and trying to inform anybody or anything like that. Because they didn't want anybody to know. Because it was a big accident that went wrong. Because the plan was to be ratchet. The plan was to have it was like a Shanquella type of situation to beat her ass. You know? It may have even been, she may have even took somebody with her. Honestly. I don't know. But it was definitely supposed to be, we about to beat the shit out of her type of vibe. And it didn't end that well because somebody hit her in the head with something. And it wasn't Jarvis, I believe. I believe it was her aunt or one of her aunts. Because she might have called her sister. Since she got a twin, she may have called her twin to go with her. But she was waiting at that shop when they got back there. When they pulled back up, she was there. Waiting. Yep, guys, I was going to pull on this, but I don't even have the energy anymore. I don't know, for some reason my energy just left. But I will show y'all what I see here, but I'm not about to pull. See, he got very overwhelmed. It says the stress from this is draining me. See? He had got stressed out about this because he couldn't make a decision. He wasn't going to make a decision, but this was something he wasn't telling her. Because like I said, I feel like when it was told to her first, I feel like it was told to her. Like she had this, like I think her daughter told her what had been going on with Naziah and her dad. And he kept denying it. And that's why she went to that fucking shop. And that's where she got her proof. And even still, after it transpired and they fighting and all this, because like I said, Naziah was very scared. Like she was real scared at first. But I think like something transpired where they went inside or something. Also some neck pain. Something happened with her neck. She might have slammed on her neck. I don't know. Neck pain. But yeah. And I don't know, y'all. I just don't want to pull. I just don't feel it. I don't want to be in their energy at all. I don't like it. It's dark. It's mean. It's agendas. Hitting agendas here. Something also may make it to the movies. So somebody might do a movie on this. What else do I see here? It's going to be a judgment, of course. He is in court. So I see a verdict here. I can show y'all this. This verdict. It's a verdict here. It says this crime may be solved by DNA testing or other scientific methods. So it's something else that's going to be developed here with some DNA. It's something that they want to see or be able to find. Yep, it says contamination of DNA evidence. Again, may influence. It's some DNA. When, like I said, I think Naziah got into a fight with this aunt. She got into a fight with her. And like I said, she couldn't beat her, but she was fighting back. You know? And that's why the aunt picked up something. Because the crazy thing is, she might have been getting the best of her. Because just because you're a little big, that don't mean you can throw them hands. So Naziah might have been getting the best of her a little bit. Or at least hit her to a point where she was shocked. Like, oh my God, you know? Type of vibe. Yep, she was feeling like she was getting played. Definitely feeling like she was getting played here. Mm-hmm. That's how the aunt was feeling. And look, and this caused somebody to be put to in some type of space like this. Mm-hmm. Then I say they wanted to do some talking. She thought that they would go and talk, but like I said, Desire, I feel like, started saying how she was feeling, like really feeling. It just went left. It, instead of it being like an aunt approaching her niece about a man doing something to her, it was like a girl approaching a girl about their dude, and both of them defending their honor. That's what I see. I see Naziah trying to defend her honor. I see her defending her honor, but I see Jarvis saying that what Naziah is saying is not true, and they start fighting and stuff. And that's why I feel like when she got even more evidence of it was when she looked into that tablet. And that's why you don't hear her, like, even what she's saying, how she said, it's not like, oh my goodness, you talking to my niece. It's like she already had the information prior, and now she got more proof on it. You see? Because the daughter had told her. So she had already got this information. And that's why I think she went and waited at that shop. Because she was about to get her proof. Because she called him and asked him was she with him. He said no. So she went to wait. Shit went left somehow. Yup. With this little child. It says, tell me, is it you plan to do with your one, what do you plan to do, with your one wild and precious life? So something wild happened here. This was some wild ass shit that you would have been, that is going to need to be a fucking movie. This is something that's going to need to be on the cinema. Because what happened here, it was weird. It was very, and it's also some spirituality. Somebody's gifted in this situation. I don't know if it was Naziah or somebody else, but somebody was. It says you have special gifts. Never surrender to the norm. See, and this is also giving me that rebellion I was saying I felt like Naziah was having. Yeah, it says bad choices, change a bad habit, kill a bad habit, drinking, overeating, or anything else that's not serving you. So yeah, she was tied to toxicity. She was also overdoing it. She was having too much fun. See, it had started being, once she got pregnant, she started trying to make it more known that they was dealing with each other. Because she felt more comfortable at that point. If you can even listen to how she's speaking, from how it started to when she started getting more and more and more and more comfortable and more and more and more and more bold over time. By the time she got to telling him, I'm in gym, this baby wearing me down, ... Oh yeah, she was ready. She was ready to express it to whoever wanted to know, and she wanted to smoke. Not that she would do it in her life, of course, but she didn't care about the consequences, and she wanted this. She knew this was going to, or was supposed to be the icing on the cake. And he was already going to jail. So, and he already had been in jail for that. He wasn't that concerned about any of this, about that getting out. And he knew that he would be protected in that family, regardless. He knew that. He knew the grandmother wasn't going to call the cops on him. He knew Shannon wasn't going to call the cops on him, and how they was going to spin it was say it was a little boy in a neighborhood, baby, or some little boy she was going to school with, baby, and eventually he moved away. That was how it would have been spent. You know, that was what him and Neziah had came up with. If if push came to shove. But yeah, the grandmother was going to be totally fine with it. That's what I'm saying. They was going to protect that situation because she would have just took kid. She would have had to do it. She would have been getting an extra check for it, for the baby and all. Like, they would have spent that. That wouldn't have been an issue. For them. Now, the school would ask questions and stuff like that, but they would have spent that where it was a little boy from the neighborhood that moved away. Or got locked up, or got killed, or that's how they was going to spend that. So he wasn't pushing to kill her about the pregnancy. I feel that was the aunt. The aunt couldn't take it. See, she couldn't take the read. She got ratchet. Shit went left real quick. Yep, about this ex here. Can't make this shit up. About this ex. About something he kept doing. Repeatedly kept, giving passion to somebody. And she seen something on social media. Something was on one of her kids' social media, his social media. I don't know. She got passwords to people's shit. Yep. And it made her depressed. And she felt like she stole something from her. She felt like she stole her man. So she was going to go do something about that. That's how that went down, guys. Friend. Yup. Friendship here. It says this connection is based on friendship. It may never develop into a romance. And that's what Neziah was surprised with that night. And made her get very emotional as well. Because that's when she seen out of her own eyes, for the first time ever, that this man ain't give two fucks about her. And he was all about protecting himself. Because when his girl came, he made Neziah have to prove everything. And what you would have thought made her aunt care more for her, made her despise her. So Neziah had to let it out right then and there. She was pregnant. She pulled up her shirt and everything. She was trying to make a point. She wanted to make a point. She really did. And he still was denying it. Still denying it. And that's why she went snooping even more to her passwords and all of this. And that's why that message she sent was, see, I don't know what to believe in. Like, I don't know if to believe or not. Because, again, he still was denying that shit. He still was denying it. That shit is sad. But, yeah, guys. This is the energy that I felt that was surrounding Neziah. Like I said, this is the aunt's energy. Jarvis. All of them. Yeah. Because she felt like she was the boss bitch of the situation here. You see? Shannon. She felt like she was the queen of this. Who the fuck you think you is? But then you have Neziah feeling like she's going to make him leave her ass hanging and say goodbye. She thought she was going to be the one that glow up in this situation. But Shannon was still holding on to this ex. She was holding on to her man. She wasn't letting him go for nothing. That's why I said the baby wouldn't have made a difference. He wouldn't have went to jail for that. They was going to cover that up. The grandma was going to get a check. Neziah was going to have a baby. That would have been covered up. It was Shannon, the aunts, that got upset. And maybe I don't know why I hear M word. If it's the aunt with an M word, I hear M. Maretta, Marquia, Marquetta, Marlita, M. I don't know. Some people was informed. And they was informed and they thought that they would go set that record straight. They was at that shop when they pulled up. That's what I feel, guys. But this is haunting somebody. Somebody's not sleeping well at night. Somebody's feeling very haunted by this. This is bothering somebody. Something also might be significant in August. In a situation, or was significant about August in a situation. Just take it as it resonates. Something about August. You live in my mind rent free. I see here. That's why I say this. Somebody is somebody haunting. Something is haunting somebody. Also, somebody else was hurt when they was a child. So somebody else was molested when they was a child out of these adults that did something to her. Take it as it resonates. But it says, speak up and speak out. Let your voice be heard loud and clear. Didn't I tell you? I feel like she spoke up. She said, she started saying what she want. You know, she stood up to her aunt. She did. She started standing up. Yeah, she did. Yeah. Because they went there with a hidden agenda. She went there to find Naziah because she knew Naziah was there because she called him and she asked him. And he said no. And she had already had proof that they was smashing and she was going to go and crack that case. Yup. Look, that he was falling in love with her. That he was doing something with her niece. She ain't look at her like no niece. She looked at her like a homegirl that she was going to fight from sleeping with her man. But yeah. I want to thank you guys again for being here with Chantel's Empress Tarot. I give my whole heart to this child. And I pray that, I don't even want to say find her body at this point, because I don't even know if that's going to be even worth asking for. I just pray that, because if you was to even find it at this point, it would be no way to give her a real funeral, an open casket or anything, you know, like, it would just be sad. And she was so little, so you can imagine there's probably nothing left. God forgive me. Oh, God. But guys, we're going to pray for this baby. We're going to pray that she get justice here. That these individuals who participated, young, old, all of them, will get what they need to get from doing this to this baby. And I thank you guys for being here again with Chantel's Empress Tarot. And I pray these messages help somebody out there. And I will see you guys next time.